Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with day 5 of Vlogmas. So, a little bit of a fail because I started doing this video this morning and I pulled the tea and all that stuff, and my whole goal was to make this more of like a vlog style where, you know, I do little clips throughout the day, but my days are very, very boring. You know, for me it's just easier to sit down here in the morning and kind of go through everything, as opposed to kind of trying to jump around and put clips together and things like that. So apologies if I do at any point over the next so many days, like this month, end up going anywhere fun or doing anything. I will try and get video just a little bit earlier. My husband and I were out at the store. We went to go visit my aunt, excuse me. And I asked Garrett, I said, can we stop at the thrift store? I wanted to see what books they had. And I hit some good ones, you guys. I got some good ones. So I'm very happy about that. So I'll be showing you guys that. But yeah, so for everything else, this is just easier for me. But like I said, if I do anything fun, if I have the ability to film anything, I will. But generally, like if I'm with family and stuff like that, I don't like to bring out the camera, which I'm sure you guys can appreciate and understand. So, reading. Garbage. I read yesterday probably a total of 25 pages. It was not very much at all. I've been thinking a lot about my reading and how much I'm reading and what I'm reading and why I'm reading it. That's probably the biggest thing, is the why. Why am I picking up certain books when I'm kind of more drawn to other books? I really have a feeling that 2022 is going to become the year of the mood read. This part of me, I know I love doing my TBRs every month, and I know that you guys love seeing my TBRs every month. However, what might end up happening is they might just end up being like a library TBR, like here's the 4 or 5 books I picked up from the library this month that I'd like to read, and everything else is just going to be kind of whatever. The one big thing that I want to do next year, the one thing I really want to focus on next year, is reading off of my own shelves, whether they be digitally or physically. I want to read as much as I can off my own shelves. So we will get into that. I'm going to be doing an entire video at the end of this month on my goals for 2022, and I will share those with you. But yeah, I think just kind of, I've talked about this several times, and I talk about it and I'm like gung-ho, like, yeah, I'm going to slow down, enjoy what I'm reading, and then I get into this mindset where, no, I've got to keep up, I've got to keep up. But life is too short, you guys, to stress out about something like reading. That's supposed to be fun. That's supposed to be a hobby. So yeah, so we shall see where the rest of this month takes us. But it's currently about 2:30 in the afternoon. I did stop at Starbucks on my way to my aunt's today, and I got myself a white chocolate mocha. It is delicious. I got her a cappuccino. It's a treat. She doesn't get them very often, so I stopped and got her a treat on the way over. Because I'm her favorite niece. I can say that because I'm actually her only niece. So, I mean, she's got my brother's wife, but that's not blood. I'm blood. So yeah, so like I said, reading was kind of garbage yesterday. I read a little bit of Christmas on Peachtree Lane by Jules Bennett, and I read a little bit of A Merry Christmas Date by Cindy Powell. So I did not listen to any audio. I didn't even start an audiobook. I have no interest in starting an audiobook. I was going to try and start that Christmas at Colts Creek, but I'm like, nope, not feeling it. I'm like, 2 books. I might even jump, like the one really big thing that I'm starting to think now is 1 book on the go at a time. I know, it's ludicrous. This is from the girl who, you know, usually has multiple books going at a time. But to go down to 1 book at a time. So I'm going to try it for the rest of the month and see how well I like it. And let's see what happens. So let's get into everything for this clip, or this vlog. So, cheers, excuse me. First things first to the tea. So yesterday, I threw out the package from yesterday. It was a cranberry tea, you guys. It was delightful. It was so yummy. It was so, so good. I liked it a lot. And I already opened today's because, like I said, I was going to try and do this in clips, but it just is not going to work. Today's tea was chamomile. So I am very excited about this one. This will be perfect tonight, especially after drinking this giant sugary mocha. This will be great tonight before bed. This will be my before bed tea. Maybe I'll do some reading before bed and drink this. And I'm very much looking forward to what their chamomile is like, because I do like a good chamomile tea. So the next thing book related, we'll go through all the book related stuff first, then get into the crafting stuff, is I did pull the numbers. So it was Kat Reeds who gave me the numbers, and I think it was the fourth shelf, the fourth bookcase, shelf 2, book 26. And I got a bind up, you guys. So this is the first bind up we've come across. I mean, this is only day 5, but I did come up with a bind up. So I got this one. It is Claiming Her Ground by Julie Miller and Janine Crouch. So I am very excited about this. These are 2 older intrigue novels republished as a bind up. So if I pull this book next year when I'm, pulling these books for my little challenge, when I pull this book, I am going to read both stories in here. So I'm going to be reading the entire thing. But here's my question. If it were you guys, how would you list this on Goodreads? Would you list this book as it is? Or would you list each book individually? Because these are republished works. So the 2 books in here, we have Kansas City Cop by Julie Miller and Armed Response by Janine Crouch. So my thought process is I want to list them separately, not to get a higher book count, not for any reason like that. But I know I'm almost 100% certain that I have a copy of Kansas City Cop on my shelves somewhere, whether it be physically or digitally, like in a single, like how it was originally published. And my thought is if I come across that book and, you don't think about it, did I read this one, and check Goodreads and it doesn't show that you read it, and then I go ahead and start reading it and realize, oh, I've already read it, then I'm going to be marking it. Does that make sense? I don't know. What would you guys do? What would you do in this situation? The other thing I wanted to share with you guys in terms of this project that I'm doing next year, I will mention this later on when I do that 2022 goals video that I just talked about. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. That may or may not get cut out. I don't know. It depends on how ridiculous I looked when I did it. So, I want to put this bug in your ear right now, so you guys have time to do this. So essentially, I'm participating craft related in this kind of event that's been going on for years called WIPGO, WIPGO. And with WIPGO, you get like a bingo board. It's got 25 spaces on it. And the very quick way of explaining it is that you put projects in each of the 25 spaces. Space 13, which is the exact middle space, is a free space. You can put something there or you can leave it blank, because whatever month number 13 is picked, they'll pick an X. So whatever month 13 is picked, there's 3 numbers picked that month. So the person who runs WIPGO, every month she pulls 2 numbers. And you work on the corresponding whatever it is. So I'm going to do that with these books, is what I'm doing, is I'm going to create a little bingo board, and 1 through 24, I'll leave a free space in the middle. I will be writing down all of these books. So like this is the 5th book. This will be number 5. And then what I'm going to do is pull random numbers every month, pull 2 random numbers. And those are the books that I'm going to read that month. Do you guys want to do this with me? Like have it like a year long, I don't know what we'd call it. Obviously I got the idea from WIPGO to be pulling numbers, but I could be like the one to pull the numbers, and I could announce them on my channel in a little video and put them on Instagram or whatever you guys want to see. I don't know. TBR go? Is that a thing? Like just pick 24 books off your shelf that you really want to get to in 2022 and put them on a board. Let me know if you guys would be interested in this, and I will put something together and I'll announce it at the end of the year. So yeah, looking forward to that. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that book very much. Now, let's get into the book haul, you guys. I've got a bunch of them. So yesterday, as I mentioned, Garrett and I went over to, did I mention that? I don't think so. I think I mentioned it in yesterday's video, that Garrett and I had to go over to Walmart, and of course I had to look at the books. And I ended up buying 3 of the bind-ups, like the bind-ups I just showed you. So I got 3 of the holiday ones. Why is there something sticky on here? Oh, that's gross. I don't know what that is now. Sorry, just picking something right. Time for some hand sanitizer, just in case. I don't want to forget and finish filming this video and then not wash my hands and then go touch my face. So anyway, just in case. So I got 3 bind-ups, you guys. And my Walmart sells all the Harlequin books 3 for $15, and these bind-ups count within that 3 for $15. So these are all love-inspired novels, which are the faith-based romances, and they're all Christmas. They're part of their Christmas collection. So the first one here is The Soldier's Holiday Vow by Gillian Hart, and His Holiday Matchmaker by Kat Brooks. So there is the first one. Super, super pretty cover on that. Put that over there. I love, this is my favorite cover of the three, to be honest. Yuletide Hearts by Ruth Logan Hearn and Reunited at Christmas by Belle Calhoun. Look at that cover, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then the third one is Yuletide Redemption by Jill Kemner and The Pastor's Christmas Courtship by Glenanna Kay. Very, very pretty. I really like them. So I'm looking forward to eventually getting to those somewhere down the line. And then, yesterday I placed an order on Amazon, mainly because I wanted to order my 2022 calendar. Then I'm like, well, you know, if you order more than $25, you get free next day shipping. I mean, I'm a Prime member, so I get free shipping regardless, but then it's next day. Because I totally needed this calendar for 2022 on the 5th of December. But anything to justify ordering a book, right, guys? So this, in case you guys are curious, this is the calendar I got for 2022. I actually have two calendars. So my mom ordered me for Christmas. For those of you who might follow them online, Cole and Marmalade, they are an internet cat duo, if you will. And I've been following them on Instagram for years and years. They used to have a YouTube channel. It's a black cat named Cole and an orange cat named Marmalade. And it broke my heart this summer because about a month after I lost my Goran, Cole passed away from cancer, and he had been battling cancer for quite some time. So I have an affinity for black cats. You guys know this. So my mom ordered me the Cole and Marmalade calendar. So that's the calendar that's actually going to go to work. And I'm going to have it hanging up in my cubicle. And then this one is for at home. I might put it like that space behind me over there. So yeah, I'm very excited. There are just some of the images. Side note, this picture right there, the Christmas one, it's actually a cross-stitch pattern, and I may have just bought the pattern for it. That may end up getting stitched next year. We shall see. It's an epically huge pattern. Like, it's ridiculous. I know a lot of people are like, it's bad luck to open a calendar ahead of time, but whatever. Let me just show you guys a full-on picture of it because it is the cutest. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. So, yeah. So I ordered a calendar. All that to say, I also got a book. Now, again, I've talked about this book. I have a copy of this on audio, but I don't want to listen to audio right now, but I really want to read this book. And I had borrowed it from the library, or I was on hold for it at the library, excuse me. And there's like an 8-week wait, and I'm like, I'm not going to get to it. I'm like, just bite the bullet and buy the book. So I did. A Holly Jolly Diwali by Sonia Lally. So I'm very excited about reading this one. I hope to get to this one this week. One type A data analyst discovers her free-spirited side on an impulsive journey from bustling Mumbai to the gorgeous beaches of Goa. Am I saying that right? G-A-O? Or G-O-A, excuse me. Goa? Goa. It's Goa, right? And finds love waiting for her on Christmas morning. So, yay. I am super excited. So I got that one. So then, on the way back from my aunt's house, my husband and I stopped at the thrift store. Guys, there are times that you stop at the thrift store, you stop at the used bookstore, and it's like, yeah, there's nothing, you know, or you might find one thing. Then there's other times like today where you like find all the things. And I am so, so, so excited to show these to you guys because nothing like taking a sip of a drink to keep you in suspense, right? Not only are most of these books in phenomenal condition, but I found editions that I was like, oh my god. So the first book that I have here is Lisa Kleypas, Devil in Disguise. Don't think I've read this one. Almost certain I have not read this one. No, I don't think I have. The devil never tries to make people do the wrong thing by scaring them. He does it by tempting them. God, look at that cover. And guys, it looks like it's never even been read. Like, I don't think there's a crack in that spine at all. Not like I care. I happily pick up books that are, like, falling apart. You'll see that in one of the books I got here. But, yeah. Happy to have that one for my shelf. The next one, they had a whole bunch of Christmas books put to the side. And this one I think I had and I got rid of, and I'm happy to have it again because I really do want to read it. Finding Christmas by Karen Scaler. It's the whole thing was I wasn't originally going to pick this one up, but the deal at Value Village or Savers or whatever the thrift store, your thrift store is called, and most of them I think are this way too. It's like buy 4 get 1 free, and I'm like, well, I'm getting one for free, so I might as well. So I grabbed this one. So I've heard it's like very much like a it says from the writer of the Netflix hit A Christmas Prince and the Hallmark original movie Christmas Camp. So this is clearly a Hallmark type Christmas book. Guys, I found this one. Now, I think I have this in a mass market paperback. However, I couldn't resist this edition. And I think, I got somebody's address here. So, oh, this is for something else. They were just using it as a bookmark. I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. And I'm so excited to have it because this cover is one of my favorites. Say Yes to the Duke by Eloisa James. Guys, it's in a large print edition. Like, you guys could read that. Oh, my poor eyes are going to be so happy. It's like having like a giant floppy, oh, I love it. But that cover is just, I love that cover so much. So as soon as I saw this, I'm like, wow, I have to have it. So I grabbed it. And then I got this one. Now, I haven't read the first in this series yet, but I really need to. But again, brand new condition. Looks like it's never even been read. To Love and Loathe by Martha Waters, which is the sequel to Have and to Hoax. Yeah. Like, come on. Right? Are foes with benefits better than friends? Oh, it's a historical fiction. Or a historical romance, I should say. But the find of the day. So, I've mentioned these before. Oh, that's who it belonged to. And as you guys know, I am rereading through the Babysitters Club series. And I am not collecting them physically because there are a lot of them. And I don't need to own them all. There's like to own them in physical edition. But there are certain ones that I am looking to get my hands on, I guess. And this was one of them. So I was originally going to order this one from Book Outlet. From Thrift Books. The problem is that they reprinted this with a different cover. And I wanted the original cover. But something like Thrift Books, you cannot be guaranteed what cover you're going to get. They might show you this cover, but then you end up getting a different cover. So there I was looking through the middle grade books at Thrift Books, or Value Village. And the spine of this one caught my eye. And I immediately, reached over someone else's head. This woman was crouched below me, looking at it lower shelf. I, reached over her, grabbed it, and pulled it off the shelf and stepped back. Social distancing, people, but there are books to be had. Super special number 11 in the Babysitters Club with the original gold foil cover. They have now reprinted it with just a plain light yellow cover, so you don't get this pretty gold. And the names, all their names are embossed. This is a collector's edition. This is a first printing of this, I'm sure. It's not in the best of condition. Clearly it was read and loved by somebody. This is one of my favorite super specials in the entire series. So original publication date, July of 1994. So essentially the plot of this one, and this is actually the next super special I have to get to, and I'm so excited. It was Fate, clearly. Was all the babysitters have a sleepover, and they all share a memory from when they were young. And you get, there are drawings in here, you guys. Come on. That's Christy, Marianne, and Claudia when they were little girls. Oh, and side note, how come nobody told me that season 2 of the Babysitters Club was on Netflix? I just found this out, and it came out in October. So I said to my husband, because we don't have Netflix anymore, I said, I really want to watch it. And I'm probably going to watch it. If I start watching it now, I'm literally going to binge it for the rest of the day. And I didn't want to do that. I did that with the first season, but I want to enjoy this one. So I think I'm going to watch it over my break between Christmas and New Year's. So Garrett said we will reorder it. We will resubscribe to Netflix just so I can watch the Babysitters Club. Worth it. But yeah, now the only thing that I was missing in this is originally when this was published, it came actually sealed in like plastic cellophane, I guess. And there was a charm bracelet included with it, but clearly I did not get that. But I don't care. I have this edition and I am thrilled. Thrilled, you guys. Absolutely thrilled. So yay on that one. So that's it for the book stuff. If you guys are going to jump off here who only care about the book stuff, thank you for watching. Let's get into the craft stuff. So today I did actually film a floss tube video. So if you want a little bit more in-depth stuff about my crafting, I'm really only going to be showing the crafting for these videos because it's kind of part of my advent. So the first thing, before I do that, let me show you guys. I added another square into my blanket yesterday. And that's what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done this while this is editing. So there they are. I got to weave in some ends. As you can see, I have ends all over the place. So this is the one I put in yesterday. So now I've got this perfect square, essentially, sort of. It's a little wonky, but that's okay. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be adding 2 more squares here. So this will be today, tomorrow, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So then I'll have 3 and 3. And then I'm just going to keep building it that way until the blanket is the size I want it to be. So yeah. So let's find today's yarn into the bag of yarny goodness. Yarny goodness. Reach down in here, grab one, pull it. Ooh, yes. I have socks in this. For the life of me, I cannot remember the yarn itself, but it's a rainbow, and it's a sparkly rainbow. Is there anything better than a sparkly rainbow? I think not. So yeah, I am looking forward to knitting with this one. So that is what is going to go into the blanket today. Gosh, you guys, this is such a mess. Look at this. Like, I just got like yarn barf all over the place. It's crazy. But that's okay. It's fine. It's all fine. And then the other crafty thing, of course, I want to show you guys is my cross stitch. Excuse me for reaching. Sorry for reaching off camera. I did get a bit of work done on this yesterday. I'm actually quite pleased with my progress on it. So this is, of course, it's called Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and it is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I've talked about it in the last few, you know, clips, vlogs, if you will. But that's how far I've gotten. So I moved the fabric itself over inside the hoop. And now I've got the whole wording. Now I'm working on the snow that's sitting on top of here. Now, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Originally, my plan was going to move to Santa, who would be right here in the pattern. But I think what I might actually do is I might go up and add in the rest of the wording, because the wording, in my opinion, might be the most boring part of it, right? So I'm going to go finish the wording that moves up. So I'm going to have to move this in the frame down. And then I'm going to move down to the little village that's down here. And also Santa's list would be right here, and then do Santa last. Because I think Santa's he's the celebrity here, right? He's the big man. So, you know, by leaving him for last, it kind of gives you something to look forward to as you're stitching it. So, but yeah, I am really loving that so far. I think it looks fantastic. And the fabric choice was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like, it kind of looks like a night sky, right? So, yeah. So I'm going to go get some more work done on that this afternoon. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys are having a great December. And let's do this all again tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.